Hello everyone, I am Erika of the storytellingjubilee.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly workshop to make sure that none of us has to create on her own or on his own, even if we are all sitting comfortably and safely in our homes. So welcome to my little workshop. Today we are going to bead the Mexican Dream bracelet. So we are going to travel today, even if sitting at home. And I am at the moment broadcasting at the same time to the Storytelling Beading Club and to my Facebook page. Sorry, I'm trying to put somewhere okay, I found where the cable is coming from. So I am at the same time broadcasting to the Storytelling Beading Club and to my Facebook page. So don't be surprised if you don't see all the comments that I am mentioning. They are coming from two places and my clever broadcasting program is showing to me all of them. In case that you are watching from the Storytelling Beading Club, and if you haven't done it yet, then please click on the link that I have just posted in the club as a comment below the video, and then you can enable my broadcasting program to see your name and see your face, so I can say that hello Teresa, and hello Sarah, and Susie, and Chloe, and Donna, and 𝐌𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐄𝐄, and Katja, and Angelica, Liv, Deb, Petra, Janine is here, and Belinda, and Stefan, and Sherry, and Connie is here, and Monica is here. Welcome, ladies. If you haven't heard your name, despite already posting a comment, then you know that my program doesn't see your name yet. And you need to do it only once. Next week. It will recognize you. And in the meanwhile, also, 𝐊�H𝐋𝐈𝐒 joined us. You're so kind, 𝐊𝐿𝐿𝐄. And Ginny and Marian is here, and Anne. Hello, ladies. And Corinne and Gunel. Ladies, you were so creative with last week's melody motif. It was such a pleasure to see all your beautiful creations. Those of you who are members of the Storytelling Beading Club, you have already seen your fellow beaders' creations, I guess. And I am really amazed by the versatility and all the ideas that you come up with. And those of you who are not members of the Storytelling Beading Club yet, then I would like to invite you. It's a cozy beady place for everyone who is enjoying beading from storytelling tutorials and who have ordered at least one of them already. And in the meanwhile, I am also keeping an eye on the comments. And I see Kirsten joining us, and Claire, Maria, I see you. Lutka is here, and Alice is here from California, and Kim is here with us too, and Kay. Hello, ladies. This week, I decided, because of the success of our first challenge that we had this year, of course, we are getting ready for a big competition coming up later in the year, just like last year with the Storytelling Beading Contest. But I thought after the success of the Pantone 2021 challenge that it might be nice to challenge ourselves a little bit every month or every other month, let's see. So after playing with the new Pantone color combination with yellow and gray, I would like to invite you for a new challenge. And the theme of the new challenge is bead something else. And what does that mean? It means that if you are always beading pendants and earrings, then challenge yourself and try to make a bracelet this time. Or if you have your very comfortable colors, then go out of your comfort zone and bead something else. For me, it would definitely be black and white, I think. But I have such a non-existent relationship with white that I don't actually own white beads. So I have to look for another challenge for myself. Marianske, one of the lovely beaders being here with us today, she suggested me that I should try coming up with a design that does not contain seed beads, only big ones. And that sounds interesting. But I would really love to hear if you are already thinking maybe about joining the challenge, and what is your idea about doing something else, beading something else than what you are used to normally. In the meanwhile, I see a comment from Susan. She says, I'm sorry I can't attend today. I am traveling, get my mom her first COVID shot. Have a great weekend and miss you. Susan, I'm so happy for your mom. It's wonderful news. Super nice that she can go for the vaccination. You know, ladies, I don't usually get into like Facebook discussions because in many cases I don't feel them as very productive. Usually the person who is stating something is usually already having such a strong opinion that I don't know, I'm just not wasting my energy on trying to convince someone. But today a friend of mine posted about like, yay, we shall not wear masks and Corona is a hoax. So just like 15 minutes before the broadcast, when I was trying to like get into the creative and nice mindset, I was like, oh my God, I can't leave this without words. So that was such a change. But I felt like this is something we have to speak up for. Stay safe and take care of yourself and each other. So yay, go for vaccination if you can. And in the meanwhile, also, Julie joined us from Canada, and Teresa is here, and Joanna is here, and Frida and Chloe says that I'm working with half TILAs, seems okay, I'm part 3 already, sorry I'm ahead today. That's very fast, Chloe. You told me you will do a little testing. This is more than testing, but I'm very happy that it's going well. And Frida is not beading today, but she's spending some time together, and that's also very lovely. And 𝐊𝐻𝐄 says, beading my first sashiko, maybe my first purchase from storytelling shop, and still I am not confident to start doing that. I remember you hesitating, 𝐊𝐻𝐄, and if you have any questions about sashiko, or if you have any questions about bead embroidery in general, then just ask them in the Storytelling Beading Club and me, and I bet that all your fellow beaders are here to help you to get over the obstacles if there are any. And I really recommend to look into the traveler videos that I made last year because they explain everything that you need to know. And one of our fellow beaders, she says, I use this time the Pantone colors and turquoise. So out of my comfort zone. So brave, so brave. And you know, I was thinking like, we should maybe talk about it, like what could be a third nice color that we can add to the 2 Pantone colors. And turquoise, that's such a good choice. Turquoise is always a good choice. And Susie says, I think of large tassel earrings, Jenny's J design style. Never done anything like this, or beaded box, but I don't have time for that. I'm curious about your tassels, Susie. What kind of colors are you going to use? And Sherry says, I am using colors I have never put together. super curious. Your color combinations from the past weeks were really nice, Sherry. And Joanna says, Sherry, anxious to see what you chose. Me too. And Donna also joined us. Someone is looking for beads, but I am so enjoying the company and this tree. Thank you for joining us. You know, after it's still like, it's such a precious time. It's nearly a year passed since we started to bead together every Friday, but I have a feeling that it is just getting better and better as we get to know each other better. And I have a feeling that even if I have had the luck only meet a couple of you in real life, but I really have a feeling that we belong together. So this is a really precious time, and the club is it's very possibly the biggest gift in my life. And you know, I also like the club because it's so much more than beading. I really enjoyed the discussion we had a couple of days, maybe a week ago, about our favorite childhood snacks. I think it was started out by a cottage cheese snack that I got as a gift from Niti, that originates in Hungary, the snack, and Niti. And I have a Hungarian background too. And then we were talking about our childhood favorite snacks. And, well, I think every one of us is aware of it, that many of you are waiting now for your precious Preciosa crystal and pearl boxes. And I had a small idea that you will actually get also something else with the Preciosa boxes. So besides those beautiful collections, you will also get one of my favorite childhood snacks. So besides the ladies working in the warehouse, my sister Yvette and Monica, and even some extra helpers today. Today they were putting together, and already also Wednesday and Thursday, they were putting together not only the boxes for you, but they were also packing for everyone with the Preciosa boxes, one of my favorite childhood snacks, so you can taste it. It was really funny to see the big pile of snacks when they showed it to me today. I was like, oh my God, if I have been there, I don't know how many would go into the boxes. And in the meanwhile, I hope that you will like it. I haven't eaten it for a while since I don't live in Slovakia anymore. And in the meanwhile, Teresa says, backing on what you just said about your Facebook response, how are things in Amsterdam now? You ended up doing okay? Thank you, Teresa. It's okay in Amsterdam. The riots we had because of the lockdown, they are now gone, so it's okay. And we are staying at home, feeling safe, ordering just food, groceries, sometimes takeaway. So, and both of us can luckily work from home, so it's okay. And Nora is asking, hello Nora, yeah, can you put a link? Then I am not a Facebook user. I see your name already. Don't worry, I think you clicked the link already, so it's okay. And Susie is asking, did you manage to unpack all the Preciosa precious parcel you received this week? It is an ongoing project still. We are doing well, the ladies are doing very, very well. And there will be an extra work day tomorrow to make sure that you can get the precious boxes as soon as possible. I think that all the ocean boxes and all the romantic boxes are done now. And they started the third type already. And Joanna says, I look forward to this time every week. I enjoy this time with everyone. So great together and love together and support each other. So true. And Sarah started already. Feel free to start. Feel free to start. I talk so much, and that's why I'm having all the UFOs, and you don't have the UFOs. So be as you like, Sarah. Oh, Ula is making me jealous with some homemade chocolate mousse. Susie knows what I'm talking about with the snacks, by the way. So that heart, take it seriously. Angelica is asking, Erika, what about my bucket list with eating less? I'm so sorry, Angelica. Not helping with this, right? And Chloe says, I would love to do a pilgrimage to your warehouse or shop when this is over and we are allowed to travel again. You know, I was thinking about like once we have to do like an unpacking party together with cakes and coffee and wine or whatever. And you should come to the warehouse and we should spend time together and it would be wonderful. And someone needs a link. I am posting it now, so you can click on it. And hi, Lisa, and Helena is here also. And I think that it's really time to start beading. And I would like to show you my new colors. I am getting a lot more organized in my little beading studio. I will show you soon my progress. I am very proud of it, actually. So, but one thing I can't find is, or maybe I have used them up all, I think, the pink GEMDUOs that I used in the original. So I have to start a new color combination. So this is what I am going to work with today. So some avocado and dark blue and bronze, matte bronze and silver. And I'm really curious how it will come together. I also, during the process of organization, I also got 2 nice fancy beading mats from my friend Teresa. And I am trying to stick to 2 projects only. So keep me fingers crossed that I can do that. I don't want another UFO drawer. I successfully reduced the number of my UFO drawers from 3 to 2, and I can't go back to 3. And Julie says, my husband will be arm wrestling me for the treat from my Preciosa box. We also love Turo Rudy. Elena, thank you for being kind to me. You are always super kind. But thank you for making me feel comfortable about talking so much. So let's do a quick material check before we would start. So to make sure that we have everything for the Mexican dream. So we will need GEMDUO beads, we will need TILA beads, we will need half TILA beads. Some of you wrote to me before the broadcast that you don't have the half TILAs or the TILAs. You can actually change the half TILA into 2 quarter TILAs if you have quarter TILAs, or you can change the TILA bead into 2 half TILA beads if that's more available to you. So there are indeed some options to change it up. You will also need, I will show an example for that in a little while. You will also need some round 11 and round 15 seed beads. You will need 6mm fire polished beads. I wanted to choose another color than the one I used before. I wanted to go elegant this time. That would also be something new for me. I'm usually more on the happy tones, but yeah, I have made elegant jewels, but it's just not my first choice. Usually I make like more like powerful colors, passionate colors, or happy colors. So I am going to use the same avocado green 6mm fire polished beads. And you will also need DELICAs, number 11 DELICAs, and you will also need a clasp for your bracelet, of course. What is a super nice option that you can make the bracelet into 2 rows and join the 2 rows by the 6mm fire polished beads. And some of you promised me to do that, so I am really, really curious. So let's get started. And before we will start, then the jewel I wanted to show you, where I used, instead of a half TILA, I used the combination of quarter TILA, instead of a TILA, I used the combination of quarter, half, and another quarter TILA. And the idea for this, for changing of bigger beads from the TILA family for smaller ones, it's coming from 𝐊𝐿𝐿. So thank you, Kata. And this will be coming sometime during the one has to be long. And Deb is asking, what else can you use instead of 6mm fire polished? 6mm pearls, you can go down to 4mm fire polished and add more seed beads on the sides. Important is that you fill the gap, and you are doing it as the last step and not connecting anything else to the 6mm fire polished beads afterward. So it is possible to put there something else. And Teresa is cheering for Kata with the great idea. And thank you. I hope you all downloaded already the printable file, and I am having a new layout for you where I am showing 2 diagrams at the same time while my beading mat is closer. So we start by picking up a GEMDUO bead, closer to the camera I mean. And we start by picking up a GEMDUO. I work with a comfortable length of thread, and I leave a tail of 10 to 12 centimeters, or maybe like 5-6 inches. Then I pick up 2 pieces of half TILA beads, and I bead through the open hole of the GEMDUO. I pick up 2 more half TILA beads, and then I bead through the first hole of the GEMDUO. So I created this little kind of a cross with the GEMDUO in the middle and the 4 half TILAs in 2 pairs. And I will now repeat the thread path, and that will help me in the future to keep better thread tension. What you can also do is that you tie the tail and the working end of the thread. And I am smiling because I see that Niti joined us. She says, "Hi ladies, just pop by to say hi and that have fun today." Thank you so much, Niti. I hope you are doing well. And I hope you will have a nice evening today and a nice weekend. And Bonnie is also here. Welcome, Bonnie. Good to see you. And in step 2, I will bead through the first hole of the first half TILA that I picked up. Then I pick up a number 11 seed bead and I bead through the first hole of the second half TILA that I picked up. Afterward, I add 3 pieces of size 11 DELICA beads and I bead through the open hole of the half TILA that I am exiting. I try to arrange the DELICA beads into a straight line. It's not absolutely necessary because we will be beading through those DELICAs one more time, maybe even more times. So we will adjust them a bit, but I am trying already to make them look nice. Now I pick up a TILA bead. I bead through the open hole of the half TILA at the bottom. Again, I pick up 3 pieces of MIYUKI DELICA beads and I bead through the first hole of the half TILA in the bottom. And in the meanwhile, Lola joined. Okay, she says, hi, Maria here with my mother. We watch together from the iPad. Welcome, welcome, Maria. Maria Sweden, right? Because I see a Greek name, so, right? That's you, with your mom, who is always getting lovely jewels from you. Hello, Maria's mom. And Kimberly is here, and Esther is here. And Joanna is also happy to see Niti here today. And third step already. Oh wow, I'm fast. In 28 minutes I beaded 2 steps. And Kata arrived. Kata, I hope you are not too tired after that long day. And now I am beading through the number 11 seed bead that I have just added. I also bead through the half TILA on top of it. Then the GEMDUO, the first hole of the half TILA on the other side. I'm actually turning my motif because it's just more comfortable for me to bead on its right side as I am right-handed. Then I pick up around 11 seed bead. I bead through the first hole of the next half TILA. I pick up 3 MIYUKI DELICA beads, size 11. I bead through the open hole of the half TILA I am exiting. I pick up a TILA bead. I bead through the bottom hole of the open hole of the half TILA in the bottom. Again, I pick up 3 pieces of DELICA beads and I bead up through the half TILA that I was just exiting. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And please let me know if this new layout works for you, if you can see my beads well, if you can see the illustrations well. And I'm changing to the next one already. Oh wow. And oh no, sorry. I'm looking for step 4, actually. Just a sec. Yes, because I need to bead back to the other side of my motif to continue with my bracelet. So I'm beading through the round 11 seed bead and the first hole of the half TILA. I bead through the GEMDUO bead. I bead through the first hole of half TILA, round 11 in the middle, and the first hole of the other half TILA. I bead through the 3 DELICA beads on top of the half TILA. Isn't it very dark? On my screen, the beading board, my beautiful new beading board, seems to be very dark. And I have so much light around me that I just can't figure out why. So I beaded through the 3 DELICA beads. I bead down through the half TILA, through the TILA bead, and I bead up through the open hole of the TILA bead. Now I pick up a half TILA bead. I'm trying to be careful about the bumps so they all face the top of the bracelet. In the meanwhile, someone likes my layout, Facebook user, hello Facebook user, but yeah. Yeah, Esther says the camera probably tries to compensate the big contrast of the dark beads and the light beading mat. Try a middle tone bead mat, probably. Oh, you know, like my previous one, that's just a little bit darker than this. I'm so yeah. I will switch on one more light just to see maybe it works. Is it a little bit better? I hope so. Oh, and the mysterious Facebook user is 𝐊𝐿𝐿. Esther, I have 2 side lights already. I have one here, I have the circle light over there, I have this one photography lamp here, and now I switched on another photography lamp, and damn right, so hot under all these lamps, I can't have more. But I will do my best to find a solution for this. So I picked up the half TILA. I am beading down through its open hole. Then right away I pick up another half TILA. Then bead up through its open hole, and I bead also through the second hole of the TILA bead that I was exiting before picking up the half TILAs. Now, after the 2 half TILAs, I need to add a GEMDUO bead. But I didn't need to add this big fat knot that I managed to just make. Oops, okay, great. I could undo it without damaging my thread. And Kay is asking for the program I am using. I use Adobe Illustrator. And even if it costs, like, yeah, it is expensive, but I think that it's really the best what you can use for illustrations. At first, I was using a free program called Inkscape, and that was great for creating illustrations for my tutorials, but they just didn't look that good that I wanted them to look. So I decided, and that was a pretty steep learning curve at the beginning. And about 5-6 years ago, I decided that, okay, it's time to invest and try time and also money, and it's time to learn how to use Illustrator. So I switched to Illustrator from the free one, and I never looked back. Like, it just feels so much more comfortable, and I am happy now with how my illustrations look like. So I am definitely staying with Illustrator, and I can really recommend it. In step 5, I beaded down through the 2 half TILAs picked up in the previous step. I picked up a GEMDUO and then 2 half TILAs. I beaded through the open hole of the GEMDUO, and then I bead one more time through the closest holes of the half TILAs that I picked up already in step 4. And Esther is asking, can you bead at least? I can, but it's really hot under the lamps. Oh, thank you, Sarah. That's the most important, that you can easily follow them. I want to save you time because beading time is precious. So I want to make the illustrations as clear as possible so you don't have to spend extra time figuring out what is she doing. And in the meanwhile, Zuzi says that she needs to go. Zuzi, it was nice that you could join a little bit. Enjoy dinner with your family, and see you next week. Chloe also wants to learn Illustrator and video editing. It was like, I was a bit shocked how much I have to learn with it at first, but I took like, I can really recommend like finding a good course which breaks down the whole process step by step. So I remember that I found a course on YouTube actually, and then every day I had a goal that every day I have to learn 2 features. And that's how I went for about a month or 2, that every day I was watching a video, I was practicing, and step by step. And it's like you are playing with colors and shapes, and you can draw beads. So it's actually really fun. And I'm happy to recommend you a course or something if you would like to. The one I had, it was like super old school guy, but the information was spot on and easy to understand. So that was great. Everyone is sending hugs to Susie's kids in the meanwhile. And in the meanwhile, basically, I am now repeating the same steps as before, that I am adding MIYUKI DELICA beads on the sides of the half tilas, and I am adding round 11 seed beads in between the inside holes of half tilas, that two half tilas that create one pair. So this is how I continue all the time. First I add the two half tilas, then I add the GEMDUO, another two half tilas on the other side of the GEMDUO, and then I decorate them with the seed beads. And I will add the fire polished beads at the very end. And by the way, it's a pretty fast bracelet, I think. So I hope that I will see lots of nice variations from you. And somebody joined our Facebook Live, I think for the first time maybe. I don't see her name. So if you would like my broadcasting program to see your name, then you can click on the link that I have just posted and enable my program to see your name. Chloe, send me an email, please, okay? Then I will look it up for you. So, ladies, tell me, what kind of colors are you working with today? And Gisela is asking, I love the design. Can I see the video later and follow the instructions? Yes, Gisela, absolutely. And so nice to have you here. All the instructions, well, the printable file that is accompanying today's lesson and every week the lesson, it's always available at the same place. On my page, thestorytellingjuveler.com/no one has to bead alone / I am posting a link for you. And there you can decide if you want to download the tutorial for free, then it is my helping hand to you during these challenging times, or you can support the broadcast by purchasing the tutorial for a small amount of money. And the free version, it stays online for a couple of days, and later the tutorial stays only in the eShop. And the videos, I always collect them also on the page that I have just posted, so you don't have to look for them, but also on my YouTube channel. And like, you ladies are amazing, because like a couple of days ago I have just posted that, oh my god, I am so happy there are 500 of you following the YouTube channel now. And guess what? There are nearly 600 of you following the YouTube channel now. To be precise, 596. And you make me so happy that you like the videos. So, Gisela, always the no one has to be the long videos. They go up to YouTube also the next week. So they are collected in one place and you don't have to look for them. And in the meanwhile, I see some color combinations. Sarah is working with pink, wine, and champagne. Romantic mood. Valentine's Day is coming, right? And Angelica says, I try to make the colors similar to the melody earrings so that I can wear both together. That's a good idea. By the way, Kata is coming with an awesome bracelet version of Melody. She showed me her work in progress picture today, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So Kata, no pressure, but please finish it fast and post the picture, okay? Linda, I can see you now. I'm really happy that you are here with us today. And Chloe says, purple, metallic, and white, and the purple 6mm fire polished, and finally being used. They have been in my stash for over 2 years, so I'm happy they're being used. We have a lot of I have a lot of designs where you need only a couple of pieces of beads, so you can easily use up your last pieces of GEMDUOs or half TILAs or whatever. So I hope that the Friday videos help you with using up your beads waiting to be used. And Marion, I always so love your color combinations, by the way, I have to say that. Always so elegant. And Marion is working with green and blue today. Thank you, Linda. Teresa, I see your name. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. And ladies, if you decide to share the link to YouTube and invite your friends, then I will be super grateful. That is a really, really big help for the storytelling team. If you tell your beading friends that something good is happening here, there might be some nice tutorials, there might be some nice beads, there might be some super nice other beaders every Friday. So please take a moment and share the links. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Kata will be working on her bracelet. Linda is using turquoise, maroon, and silver. Debbie's working with bright colors. Famous book user who uses Pantone colors and turquoise. Chloe is asking about a clasp. I will show you the clasp I have used. It's a very simple one. So in the tutorial, what you can print, it is also included how to finish the end of the bracelet with some number 15 seed beads. I think it looks more finished if the TILA bead is framed with number 15 seed beads. And then I added a simple OT clasp, but you can of course use a lot fancier one. I actually think that, just a sec, now that I am so organized, I'm getting so organized, I could just reach for this box and I have all my clasps here. So I wanted to show you that originally I was thinking about this clasp because I think that the amazing texture of it, it's a tiara cast clasp, we have it in the e-shop. It is it could also have this Mexican feeling, but as I have only one piece, then I decided that I will keep it for something bigger, for something fancier. So I am going with this simple clasp with the Mexican dream bracelet now. And Facebook user says, so many people like my copper, sienna, and blue melody, so copper it is again. Thank you, Catherine. It's great to have you here. And Gunel says darkish blue, turquoise, and silver. Then we are in the same mood, Gunel. I have a little greenish turquoise in it also, but we are in a very similar mood today, I think. No pink and white today for Facebook user. Donna is using blue and gold. The clasp, let me see. It's about like maybe a bit bigger than 1 centimeter. Oh, I have this little Preciosa measuring thingy here. So yes, it's like 1.5 centimeters, or oh my god, I never know how to read inches, if it's like anything else than 1 inch or ½ inch. It's a bit more than ½ inch. You have then this like absolutely confusing like 5/8 of an inch. How do you calculate that? Like, sorry, but it's for me. Like recently, for the suggestion of many beading friends from here, I have read Harry Potter and how they have the wizard money, the knuts and the I don't know what, where like 27 knuts are one like 58, I don't know what. Sorry people, sorry US folks, I love you, but it reminded me of your measuring system. Sorry. And Kata says, I do Mexican colors now. Pretty curious about my own choice, but I am at step 2 yet. You will catch up, I'm pretty sure. And Catherine has a question. How will it look with the color you are using now? The one you just had for the yellow. I think for my color wave that I am making now, I would go for a silver clasp. For this, even if I have some bronze stones in it, but I think that a silver one just makes it look more elegant. And also, I think a silver clasp, it puts the emphasis on the half TILA beads. So then these little crosses are more in focus. And I love the look of them. Elena is using lapis lazuli, matte silver, and opal mint. Also sounds very good. And Belinda is using metallic purple, metallic dark plum, magenta, and dark bronze. That sounds great. And Sherry says, it's the same for me with meters. Sherry, it's easy. 10 millimeters are 1 centimeter, 10 centimeters are 1 decimeter, and 10 decimeters is 1 meter. But I know, if we grow up with one, then that sounds to be the logical. And Clay says, there's a YouTube video that converts wizard money to our money. There should be one also converting your measurements to my measurements. And thank you for the recommendation, Chloe. I have to say, people, you got me so hooked on Harry Potter. I think I qualify as like a Harry Potter geek now, because guess what arrived earlier this week in my post box? A transcript of a literature conference analyzing the value of Harry Potter as like, yeah, like real literature and not just as fun. You might know that originally I studied linguistics and literature. So this is like a little bit returning to my origins. So I'm really curious. What do the clever people say that how much value Harry Potter has as like real literature? I can say from what I have read already that it has more value than just having fun. And Teresa is asking, which house do you associate yourself with? Well, I was thinking about that, of course, a lot. And like at first, before I would answer, then I would love to read your answers. I know that there are more than one Harry Potter fans out there beading with me today, so I would love to read what you think. Which house would you like to belong to? And for me, I think Gryffindor. For sure not Slytherin. And yeah, Ravenclaw with solving riddles. I'm not good in solving riddles. I would love to, but it's not my thing. And Hufflepuff with hard work. That would sound okay, but Gryffindor is more fun, I think. Esther says Hugrabug. There is no Hugrabug. Hufflepuff. There were like translations. They call the houses and many of the professors in Hungarian something different, right? It must be Hufflepuff. Ula is a Ravenclaw. Teresa has no association with any, then you would just leave it to the sorting hat, right? It's so funny, the Hungarian names. And in the meanwhile, I got to a point where I have enough so I can show you how to just fill in the fire polished beads into the big gaps. And Angelica says, has anyone visited the website Pottermore? There you can create an account and the talking head will tell you to which house you belong. That's something we really need to look into, I think. Teresa needs a house. And Angelica says, try to read Harry Potter in Hungarian. So, when I am filling in the big fire polished beads into the gaps, then what I am doing is that I bead it up here through the 3 DELICA beads, and now I pick up a number 15 seed bead, I pick up a 6mm fire polished bead, and I pick up another number 15 seed bead. And then I bead through 3 DELICA beads on the other side of the gap, the top hole of the GEMDUO, and 3 more DELICA beads. And I am again in position to pick up the combination of number 15, fire polished, and number 15. And this is how I will bead all around the bracelet. And in the meanwhile, Linda says, just got a call from the hospital, need to go pick up my husband. Hope to see you all next week. I am going to make mine a double strip bracelet. Blessings to you all. Take care, Linda, you and Lee too, and wishing you a nice weekend and see you next week. Thank you for being here today. Sarah will also do a wider version, just like Linda. I'm very curious about that. Sarah is already rocking the challenge yourself or like beat something else challenge because she already created 2 jewels that were in a way different than her usual style. And the one she published yesterday in the club with the all white beads and cup chain. It was a beautiful, beautiful bead embroidery pendant. And I think Sarah can be really proud of herself because even if it seems to be easy to work with white, it is not easy. If you don't want to make it like looking flat, then you have to add something to it so it looks interesting. And Sarah's pendant, I think it's super beautiful. Mm-hmm. Oh, Ula says that it's possible to get your Patronus too. Now you got me thinking. And 𝐍𝐿𝐄𝐄 is going to bead 1 line. And Joanna says, ladies, have a beautiful weekend. I must leave for work. I can't wait to see your beautiful jewels in the club. Same here, Joanna. I am also really looking forward to see all the creations. And I think that I am, yeah, Deb also says that Sarah's pendant was gorgeous. And ladies, I would like to ask if you have any more questions left. So Katalin is also going for 2 rows, by the way. And lovely ladies, do you have any questions left about the bracelet or anything else that comes to your mind? I would like to mention you still that until next week's coffee time with Erika, that means Tuesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon my time, we have a little special offer. Maybe you want to challenge yourself with making your first ring. Maybe this would be your beading something else challenge that you want to use a beaded ring base with a filigree or an L2 Studio cabochon. So in case that you order 2 L2 Studio cabochons from the storytellingjeweler.com until next Tuesday, then we will be packing for you also 2 filigree rings as a gift. And the ring is exactly the same that I used last week for my melody motif. So it's a really nice one. So thank you very much, ladies, for spending time with me today. I see that we still have a question. Stefan is asking, I have watched you make several items with TILA beads. What would be a good all-rounder color to start with? That's a super good question, Stefan. I really love the metallic tones. So for example, I like this matte bronze, and okay, I wanted to show you my second camera and I already switched it off, but here is my matte metallic dark bronze TILA. It's number 2006. And if you like working with warm tones, then this is a good color to combine pretty much everything with. You can put it together with greens, with blues, with other metallic colors, with red, with turquoise, of course. Or if you like shiny, then there is also, just a second, I'm grabbing my TILA beads. Again, the result of my organization, all the TILA beads are here in this nice beading tower. So also, for example, the shiny bronze, the 4, 5, 7, they are really nice to combine with. Or, oh, this one is a great one. The number 55106, and it's a matte silver. It's actually a check finish on the Japanese TILA beads, and I love it. But also, for example, this one, it's 498FR. But like, if you want to choose like 2 maybe, then I would really go for the matte bronze and the shiny bronze, so you can create very different looks, and then you can match them to all of your fire polished beads and other shaped beads. So thank you for your question, Stefan. I'm still looking quickly if anyone has some questions. Sarah is impressed. Wait until I will be finished and I will show you around. So thank you very much, lovelies, for spending time with me today. And I am already looking forward to see your work in progress and your finished jewel pictures in the club. And I wish you a nice creative weekend. Stay safe and enjoy your beading time, and see you next week. Bye bye.